Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about something that I mentioned in a previous video. Don't know if you'll ever see that, but you never know. Dream big. This is a build that I did. Pretty sure this is my second Lego build. And let me tell you why. I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, let's start here. This is the Lego Creator 3-in-1. Technically, this is a kid's Lego set, I suppose you could say, but in reality, it's just kind of figurine sets. This one specifically, you can do these. Oops. You can do these 3 builds. So there's a shark, there's a squid. You can't see the squid very well, and then there's a little anglerfish trying to eat like a fish or something. So we'll set that there so you can like admire it. This shark is anatomically correct. Okay, all you marine biologists out there or budding wannabe marine biologists out there, you'll see. So we'll go ahead and start at the back end. It does have this really cool feature where it's on basically a gear roll, and it does cause the tail to stay in whatever position you put it in, which is really cool. Only problem is this thing is not very sturdy. This thing was an absolute nightmare to put together, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why. You build this thing pretty much completely individually until you put the whole shebang together. It does have movement like a shark. Obviously, it's got his little pectoral fins, his little, that's what I'm talking about. So this build falls apart. So this thing falls apart if you breathe on it wrong, which understandably, if you're gonna build it and put it on a shelf, is fine, right? Sure, I don't think I put that on that right. Oh well. But however, if you actually want to kind of interact with these as if you were let's say a 12-year-old kid and you had a deep sea set, so to speak, and this was something you played with, you would definitely not want it to constantly fall apart. The very kind of makeup that makes it a shark. So, about the anatomically correct thing. There's his little mouth, and he comes apart. If you look in here, you can actually see this would be the back of his tongue. Again, marine biologists out there, you know sharks, it works as a vacuum chamber, their throat essentially. So if a shark opens its mouth, you can see pretty clear in there. So yeah, and then obviously it's got the red. We all know what that would be, muscle and all that. It comes apart again. And I'll show you a funny fact about this build, and I never fixed it because I just didn't have the soul strength. That's not red, that's green. That is because I put this whole sucker together, and like I said, this was not easy to put together. It was not easy to follow the instructions, and it was not easy to put together. And I realized I had gotten this far, and I didn't have the strength to take it apart because it just wasn't worth it to me. I was like, if anyone sees it, it's a funny joke. If no one sees it, then no one knows. But it does come apart like that, and that's what kind of got me on this build, is the fact that you don't really see this look like anything until the end. And then it's finally a shark. I do love it, the fact that it's anatomically correct. I love the fact that this is obviously like a great white. I love the fact that this is a really good representation of a great white shark. Like, absolutely. Like, if I was teaching, like, maybe a kid's classroom biology class, I would love this. This would be fantastic because it does show all the moving parts. You can get a really good idea of how sharks move and swim. You can get a really good idea of just kind of how they function in the water as predators. However, for a Lego build kid's toy, I suppose you could say, which is what it feels like it's being marketed as. It doesn't feel very much like a very functional kid's toy, whereas you can see him in the corner here. Stand. Timmy, the Triceratops that we went over, he's very functional. This guy, I don't even know if I can take anything off of him. I can, but it's not easy, right? So he's like prehistoric. You can hear that click. He's like really in there. And again, I mean, he's pretty anatomically correct too. Obviously, he's not as perfect as this one. He's not as realistic looking as this one. But he's still a pretty functioning, sturdy Lego piece. This, however, feels definitely more geared towards older kids, like maybe teenagers, even adults. This is definitely something that you don't mind the monster in the background. This is definitely something that you build. You're proud of it. It was a difficult build, kind of. You set it on the shelf and you look at it and admire it. Maybe do it, use it for, you know, whatever, talks, videos, yada yada. But yeah, I would love to get another one of these sets because I don't have the heart to take that shard apart. I just don't. I would cry. I really want to get more of these C sets though. I did love the C sets. They were very cool. It came with this really cool little treasure chest and crab, which the crab can turn into like the fish and all that. And then obviously I think some of these pieces are used with the squid, I think, but I'm not completely sure about that because I have not built the squid yet. But yeah, I would really love to build the squid. Maybe this guy, it looks like he has a pretty interesting functioning mouthpiece. But yeah, for sure. I will have to look more into that and see what other builds I would like to do, or what... I might just get like 2 more sets and then have all 3 of these guys, because I do have a boat and it would be really cool to do a sea diorama, which I was working on, but I didn't really have enough to do the whole diorama. So very excited to see where it takes me in the future. But I just wanted to share that little tidbit. A little bit more of a difficult build. When you made a mistake, it was very hard to go back and fix it. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to build, but it was definitely more of a challenge. But if you do like a challenge, absolutely, you would probably love this thing. But thank you guys again. I appreciate you tuning in. Have a nice day.